You know, sometimes we have these aha kind of moments where everything is happening around you and it's just beautiful. It smells beautiful, it looks beautiful, it feels beautiful. Everything comes together and you just know that it's right. Fully. You're fully encompassed by it. We have these moments of bliss. It's wired into our DNA, but then they slip away through our fingers. Where are they going? How do we get them back? In this video, I'm talking exactly about those moments of bliss. I'm talking about why they're slipping through your fingers and how you can hold on to them. But be ready because it's not quite what you think. Where is it coming from? Number one, what we're going to address is where is this bliss coming from? A lot of times we associate it with things that are outside of ourselves. You may be walking and hear the birds singing and you feel them. They're singing for you. There may be a specific song that plays and it just lights you up and you feel this electricity flowing through you. Someone you love, your hands touch, they're holding. Your heart is just exploding with this emotion. We start to, in this analytical mind that we maybe were born into, we start to associate these external things with this feeling of bliss, right? And you feel it so fully that it is really what life is all about. Like, there is no greater feeling than this feeling of bliss, and I know that you know exactly what I'm talking about. We've all felt this. We feel it for different reasons at different times, but the thing is we associate it with things outside of ourselves. But when you really look at that feeling, when you really intellectualize it, and also when you step away from the intellectualization and you become detached from it and you see it for what it is, you realize it is definitely coming from within inside of you. Now, this can be logically obvious and scientifically obvious. Yes, the feeling is happening inside of you, but then why are we attributing that feeling to things outside of us? We are the one creating that feeling. The feeling of bliss, the feeling of guidance, the feeling of aha, of everything being 100% right now in this moment is happening inside of you. It's happening in your heart. It's happening in the cells of your body. It's happening in the universe. And why am I saying universe? The universe is everywhere. It's obvious. I mean, it's in between you. It's inside of you. It's next to you. It's on top of you. It's just everywhere. That feeling is natural. That feeling is always happening and is always inside of you. The reason that you have distinct moments of feeling it is because you are giving yourself permission to feel that bliss. You are giving this instance permission. A lot of us think that we can't feel bliss or love until we have a romantic partner that validates us for that. A lot of us think we can't feel bliss or love until we're making a six-figure salary. A lot of us feel this, a lot of us feel that. There are so many different examples. I used to think that I couldn't feel bliss or love without the help of substances. Bliss and love is infinite. It is all that we really are on a fundamental level. It is everything. And it's so beautiful and so awesome, but then why is it slipping through our fingers? Why can't I hold on to it? I find it and I have it and I feel it and I want to keep it, and I do everything I can to reinstigate the exact instances that caused that bliss. We are constantly wiring meaning and reason into things to try and make things happen for ourselves. And what is the greatest pursuit of us? What is what you want? Go ahead, answer yourself that question. What are the top 3 things you want? What are the top things that anybody wants? They are all going to be different, but what are they all a part of? They're all a part of wanting happiness, this bliss, this feeling of love and fulfillment. Every single thing that you want is because you're pursuing this feeling. What if I were to tell you that it's the pursuit that is the reason why it is slipping out of your hands? What if I were to tell you that you holding it is why it disappears? What if I were to tell you that everything that you're seeking doesn't really exist? It's all a lie, it's all fake, an illusion, a projection of light that's vibrating to tease you? What if I were to tell you that the feeling that you're pursuing, you can't find because you're looking for it. You're not listening. The reason you can't find this bliss, love, and happiness is because you're looking for it. And maybe also it's because you're looking for it in the wrong places. We're constantly looking outside of ourselves. And again, it's that sense of permission. We are giving a certain thing permission to make us feel that feeling now. But the truth is, that feeling happens inside of you. It does not happen outside of you. All it takes is a decision. All it takes is you giving yourself permission. A lot of people struggle to meditate and reach a state of peace and tranquility and this kind of consciousness that we're seeking. A lot of people struggle with that, and yet they have lots of success with guided meditations. Why? It's not because you can't meditate without a guided meditation. It's because you are giving the idea of a guided meditation permission to work. You are stating that this was created to work and therefore it will work. Now, if you are to go into something like this and say it won't work, then it won't. If you want to feel this feeling of bliss, know that you have it. It's a choice. We may be thinking. We may be in our mind projecting out on the world around us that it is this big house that will give you happiness, that it is a true love that will give you happiness, that it is the career of your dreams, that it's this, that it's that. All these things would be nice, but what do we really want when we want these things? We don't want the nice house. We don't want the beautiful relationship. We want to be the person that has it. Really think about that. You don't want a nice house. You want to be the person who has the nice house. And realize that you can already have it inside of you. The reason that you don't is because you're giving permission, not to you, but to the house. But the permission is yours. Take it back. Feel what you want to feel because you can. That is the magic we all have inside of us. It is an ultimate power that embodies every inch, every centimeter, every millimeter to the deepest depth of reality. It's the truth. And even if it's not the truth, give it permission to be, and it will be. Permission. That's what this video is about. Permission. We sometimes randomly have this feeling of bliss, taking it back. And then you can feel it falling through your fingers. It's because you're trying to hold on. When you feel bliss, a lot of times what people tend to do is open up their notes and start writing down, man, this is a feeling of aha, I need to make this change in my life, and I need to do this, and everything's coming together. And then we wake up and we redecorate everything in our room, and we put up new posters and new quotes on the wall, and everything. We're changing it because we're trying to embody this change. If you realize that energy flows where your attention goes, and energy is the way we manifest reality, you're giving your energy to the three-dimensional world around you. You are changing things outside. That's where you're putting your attention. And so the bliss fades away because the bliss is not outside. It's inside. It's inside of you. You know what I mean? It sounds so easy, and yet it's quite difficult to explain. It's one thing to understand, it's another thing to feel. So take that, if you will, as well. Just feel it. You can have it, guys. I can have it too. And so I do. I do. I'm loving it. And we are all the same consciousness. Again, you don't have to agree with me on this, but for me, that's how I see it. We are all the same consciousness. We are all connected. And I finally have this bliss and love for myself. I really want you to have it too. Because you are me. That's how I see it. And I would really like to help myself out here. Starting to get a little esoteric. Maybe I should avoid. Future videos will go into this. Something I'm also very passionate about. I got a lot of passion coming out lately. And that's another thing. Why? Because I just choose to be passionate. It's a choice. It's time we take our power back and give ourselves permission, guys. The reason something is slipping out of your hands, the reason the sand is falling through your fingers, is because you're trying to hold it. If you simply release, it'll all be yours. because it is all of yours. This feeling does not ever go away. It's always there. We can't sense it when we're trying to build outside of ourselves. When you build inside of yourself, your external reality starts to reflect it. That's how this dimension works. Over time, it starts to build. But what is the real focus? Who do you want to be? The person who has what it is that you want. You don't want this thing. You want to be the person that has it. We want to identify with this person that we are creating in our mind. Realize that anything that you can perceive, you can be right now. So if you can imagine somebody that you want to be, having something or feeling something, all you have to do is connect to it, guys. What is the end goal that you have? What is the end of what you want? Be that now. Because you are that right now. It's time you just realized it and admit it to yourself. You are infinite joy, love, wisdom, bliss, happiness, manifestation. You are anything you want to be. You are everything. So, give your permission to yourself. Stop giving your permission to other things outside of you. Because we can't necessarily control everything external, but we can do a lot of connecting with the internal. And maybe the goal isn't to seek control here. I don't necessarily know if that's what I'm trying to say. I think this is all really just about self-realization, guys, and I'm having a great time with it, and I'm happy to be talking about it here with you. So let me know what you think about these kind of concepts I'm getting into talking about. If you like kind of the direction that I'm going, let me know. To be honest with you, I'm going to talk about what I feel like anyways. But it's really nice to know, again, because I do believe that we're all the same, how I'm helping myself. You know, what is the steps that are the most effective to be helping myself here, helping you, helping me. Thank you for watching. Kind of lost my rocker at the end of this. But I'll see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thank you very much, and have an awesome rest of your day. Thanks.